D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my weekend review, where I come to you every Sunday with 3 entertainment stories that I personally find interesting, and then we discuss them down below. Now, also down below, you can find the articles that I read to bring you this video, and you can read them for yourself or whatnot, or just watch this video where I'm going to read them to you. Also, before I get started, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we always get shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. All right, so now that I got that out of the way, why don't we go ahead and get started? So for my first story this week, this comes from Variety, and I can't read the title of it because, hold on, I'll highlight it because this ad. So it says Daniel Kaluuya joins Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse voice cast. Now, if you don't know who Daniel Kaluuya is, first off, you're crazy bones. Second off, he is the actor that was in Get Out. He was the star of that. And then he also was in Black Panther, the first one, not the second one. Oh, this ad is obnoxious. This Lincoln. I'm never buying a Lincoln now. I mean, not that I could afford it before. So it says, Oscar winner Daniel Kaluuya is swinging into Sony's Spider-Verse. The actor has joined the cast of Sony Pictures Animation Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, a sequel to the groundbreaking Into the Spider-Verse, which also nabbed an Academy Award. He will be voicing the role of Hobart Hobie Brown, aka Spider-Punk. Now, I will be honest with you, I don't know all the Spider-Men, and Spider-Punk is one of them. I'm not really like I don't really know Spider-Punk, but there was when I was reading the comic books, there was this guy that was going around the Spider-Verse killing off Spider-Man, and then there was like the Spider Totem and everything, and it was big. I personally didn't care for it in my personally, but excuse me. But, I mean, some people, did like it, maybe. I don't know. So it says, the film follows Miles Morales as Brooklyn's friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, plunged into the multiverse where he joins forces with Gwen Stacy, a new team of Spider-Folks, to face off with a villain more powerful than anything they have ever encountered. The additional cast includes Shamik Moore as Miles. Oh, yeah, Shamik Moore. I like him. Oscar Isaac as Miguel O'Hara, a.k.a. Spider-Man 2099, which is not too bad. But anyways, Haley Steinfeld as Gwen. Brian Chi Henry as Miles' dad, Jeffrey Davis. Luna Lauren Velez as Miles' mom. Okay, I'm not going to read everybody in the cast. Sorry, guys. I thought that it would get a little bit more... It would. I didn't realize they were going to go through their whole IMDb. So it says the trio of Justin K. Thomas, Joaquim Dos Santos, and Kemp Powers are directing. That's 3 directors for one movie. I don't know about that. I didn't realize there were 3 directors. Jesus. Didea Sood is executive producing. Avi Arad, Amy Pascal, and Phil Lord, Chris Miller, and Christina Steinberg are producing. Lord and Miller will also be credited as writers on the film, along with David Cullen. The film is currently set to release in June 2023, with a 3rd installment already dated for March 29, 2024. Kaluuya won the Best Supporting Actor Oscar for his role in Judas and the Black Messiah. That was pretty good. And was nominated for his breakout performance in Jordan Peele's Get Out. Additional credits include Nope, which was god-awful. Check out my review for that. Queen and Slim, never saw it. Black Panther, and Widows. I didn't see Widows, but Black Panther was pretty good. He will make his feature writing debut with Netflix's upcoming dystopian thriller The Kitchen, and is set to star in and produce The Upper World at the streamer, based on the novel by Femi Fedguba. I don't know. And that says who he's repped by. I think this is always a good thing when your movie gets name talent. I think that, off the top of my head, I think he is the biggest name that this movie has gotten. So I think this is a good thing. And I loved the first movie. I thought it was very, very good. The animation was amazing. The voice acting was amazing. And the story was really good. So I think that this will be, so far, I'm just going to say it's going to be a good movie, you know? And especially since Lord and Miller are still involved, especially with the writing of it. So we'll see how it works out. It does concern me that there's 3 directors, but I mean, that's not enough for me to go that this is going to be a terrible movie. It does make me have a little bit of concern. Okay, so that is my first story this week. So for my second story this week, Lin-Manuel Miranda is set to play Hermes in Percy Jackson and the Olympians Disney Plus series. Now, this article comes from Deadline, my favorite. And before we get into the article, I just want to say that I'm going to cover this show because I really love those books. You know, I don't know how you were, but I had a period where I still am a little obsessed with Greek mythology. I recently tried to read, I have a book, and I recently tried to read it to my kids, and I'm like, oh my God, there's a lot of rapiness going on in Greek mythology, especially with the centaurs. Centaurs are very rapey. So I was like, I can't read this to them. So here is Lin-Manuel Miranda. If you don't know him, his breakout thing was he did Hamilton. He wrote and starred in Hamilton, which is pretty good. Yeah, I'll talk a little bit more about the books and all this other stuff and my thoughts on this casting as we get through this article, because I have thoughts. So it says Lin-Manuel Miranda is set for a key guest starring role on Disney Plus's upcoming series Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Based on Rick Riordan's best-selling book series, Percy Jackson and the Olympians tells the fantastical story of a 12-year-old modern demigod, Percy Jackson, who's just coming to terms with his newfound divine powers when the sky god Zeus accuses him of stealing his master lightning bolt. With the help from his friends Grover and Annabeth, Percy must embark on an adventure of a lifetime to find it and restore order to Olympus. Okay, let me finish this article and then I'll tell you my thoughts. So it says Miranda, who is a fan of the Percy Jackson books, who isn't, along with his son. Yeah, that's the thing. I have these books in, hardcover, not hardcover, but in softcover or whatever, but in physical media, and I can't wait to read them to my kids. They're really good books, and I personally enjoyed them. They are just really, really good. Will play Hermes, the messenger god who looks out for travelers and thieves and is a bit of a trickster himself. He is charismatic and boisterous with the life of the party. Unfortunately, his charm does not do much to heal his strained relationship with his son, Luke. He's hesitant to help Percy and his friends on their quest, as sometimes getting involved is more trouble than it's worth. In addition to the series regulars, Scoble, all the people that are playing the main, Miranda joins previously announced guest stars Megan Mullally, Virginia Call, all these other people. I did a story on that. You guys can check it out. I did a couple of them because I didn't realize a lot of these people had joined. Maybe I'll go back and do one. I doubt it, though. The series is currently in production in Vancouver, gross, and is expected to premiere exclusively on Disney Plus in 2024. That was a joke. Vancouver's fine. I was joking. Calm down. You guys get so angry about everything. Riordan and John Steinberg wrote the pilot, and James Bowden directs. Steinberg will oversee the series with his producing partner, Dan Schultz. Steinberg and Schultz serve as nobody cares about that. Miranda is a Grammy, Emmy, Tony, and Pulitzer Prize-winning songwriter, actor, director, and producer. Creator and original star of Broadway's Tony-winning Hamilton and In the Heights. In additional Broadway credits included, In the Heights was okay. It wasn't the best movie, but Freestyle Love Supreme, Bring It On, the musical, and 2009. Okay, so he is a very it's got a lot of stuff to his name. Anyway, so here's my thoughts about this. This is fine in terms of the fact that it's just Hermes doesn't have a huge role in the books. So I'm fine with this just in terms of if he's only going to play a cameo, maybe 1-2 episodes. Personally, I want to be honest, Lin-Manuel Miranda is not a bad actor. It's just like, when I think of like, hey, who are we going to cast? I don't want to immediately go, ooh, let's cast Lin-Manuel Miranda, His music wise, I'm not the hugest fan. I feel like he's very one note. Like all of his stuff to me sounds the same. but I do good for him on getting this. I really hope this works out for him. I hope he knocks it out of the park. I'm glad that he's a fan of the books. This book in particular is good. I mean, they're all good. I personally like the first five, because I'm assuming this is just about going to be the first five. The first five books are phenomenal. Like, they're just so good. The rest of the books are pretty good too. It's just those first five, especially the fifth one, when they have the big battle, that one's really, really good. But I personally, good for him. Can't wait to see what happens. I will be covering this show if it drops weekly, just because, Harry Potter's not going on right now. All right, you guys, that is my second story of the week. So for my third and final story of the week, and this one comes from Deadline, again, my favorite. So it says, Shawn Levy in talks to direct a Star Wars film after Deadpool 3 and Stranger Things Final Episodes. That's Shawn Levy right here. So it says, Deadline can reveal that Shawn Levy is in talks to come aboard to develop and to direct a Star Wars film. I don't think they wrote that correctly, but anyways, we are trying to pry loose details of the plot and writer, but this we can tell you. Levy will focus on this one after he completes the job directing Deadpool 3 at Marvel and Disney, the one that brings Ryan Reynolds together with Hugh Jackman, which I'm looking forward to. I don't know if Shawn Levy is the person I would have picked to direct it, but hey, it's fine. It's totally cool. And I'll talk about what I think about which Star Wars movie it's going to be, because I have thoughts. This comes at a prolific moment for Levy. He is in post-production on the limited series All the Light We Cannot See, for which Levy directed all 4 episodes. That series is for Netflix, where he also will direct at least 2 episodes of the 5th and final season of the streamer signature series Stranger Things, which Levy EPs through his 21 Laps banner. The Deadpool 3 deal comes after Levy teamed with Ryan Reynolds on the Adam Project for Netflix, which wasn't too bad. I kind of liked it. Star Wars will be his third recent big film at Disney, where he also directed Ryan Reynolds in Free Guy. Was that really Disney's? That was more Fox's. Disney just acquired it. With a sequel being discussed, Levy is back in franchises after starting there with the Night at the Museum films, which I think those films are fun, but they're not like my favorite. This film lines up among several spearheaded by A-list directors that Lucasfilm is developing. Others include a film with Taika Waititi, Rogue Squadron with Patty Jenkins. Yeah, let's see if all 3 of those 2 happens. And another one from Damon Lindelof, which Deadline recently reported would be directed by Sharmeen Obdi Chinoy. I did a story on that, a video on that. You guys can check that out. Lucasfilm hasn't released a Star Wars film in theaters since 2019's Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, thank God. On the TV front, Leslie Headland's series, The Acolyte, recently went into production. Let's see how that works out. I don't think it's going to work out. But anyways, I think it's going to be bad. The cast includes all these fun people, but I'm not going to go through it. They also have a new season of The Mandalorian set to bow next year, as well as Ahsoka starring Rosario Dawson. Let's see, and it says he has no comment because Disney doesn't comment on projects that are in the works, or maybe that's just Marvel. Pardon me. Pardon me, dose. Okay. So Shawn Levy, I mean, I listen, good for him for getting to this. I think it might be because he's working for Marvel on Deadpool 3. I think this might be the Kevin Feige Star Wars movie. If you remember, Kevin Feige said he was going to do a Star Wars movie for Lucasfilms, and they're keeping it in-house. So I think that with him directing Deadpool 3, I think that they're just like, hey, you want to do a Star Wars movie? You know, you seem to be able to handle this stuff. And I think that, I don't know. Listen to this thing. Shawn Levy, he doesn't really stand out to me. But I do think that they need to get a Star Wars film on the big screen. Like, we need to see Star Wars on the big screen. I think we need to go back to the big screen when it comes to Star Wars, because that's where it started and that's really where it belongs. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not against the the animated shows. I'm not against the shows unless it's, Obi-Wan or, Boba Fett or what was the latest? Oh, or this Andor show. Ugh, gosh, I'll tell you what. But I think that it belongs on like Andor would be really good on the big screen if it was big screen, but it's not, so whatever. But like, I think that they need to get Star Wars back into the movies, back onto the big screen. I keep saying the big screen, but they need to get it back into the theaters. They really do, and they need to get somebody. I mean, Shawn Levy, I think he'll be fine directing wise, but they need to get a writer in there that's not going to write all this nonsense. It's going to make it Star Wars. I really, really wish they would do a movie or where the main character is an alien and not a human, I know we're getting Ahsoka, but I mean, come on, she's pretty much a human. She's just got the Liku and everything. All right, you guys. I'm going to end it there. But those are the 3 stories for this week. Tell me, what do you guys think about this? How do you feel about Daniel Kaluuya joining the voice cast of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse as Punk Spider-Man or Spider-Punk? Is that his name? Do you guys think this is a good idea? Do you think this is not a good idea? Are you looking forward to this? What Spider-Man variant are you looking forward to seeing in this movie? Personally, I like, Miles Morales, and I do like Spider-Gwen. So, I'm looking forward to that. And I really liked the first one. Did you like the first one? And overall, what do you think your thoughts are on Daniel Kaluuya joining the cast of this? I think it's a great idea because Daniel Kaluuya is such a talent. Second, how do you feel about Lin-Manuel Miranda joining the cast of Percy Jackson the series for Disney Plus, and how do you feel about him doing Hermes? I think maybe, I don't know who's playing Luke. Did we see who they cast as that? I don't remember. We'll see. Like I said before, I'm not like a Lin-Manuel Miranda stan, but hopefully he knocks it out of the park, and I wish him nothing but the best. You know what I'm saying? And those books are amazing, so I can't wait to see it, brought to life. And then finally, how do you feel about Shawn Levy directing a Star Wars film for Lucasfilms after he's done with everything under the sun? He's got to get through Deadpool 3 and Stranger Things, the final season. I don't know how many episodes he's directing for that show, but we'll see how it works out. But yeah. All right, you guys. So tell me what you guys think about all of this. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week on my week in review. You guys have a good week. Bye.
Hey nerds, if you like this video, go ahead and click that Geek What icon and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and join me every Sunday with my week in review.